Morning everyone, and welcome to day 2 of this epic Berlin adventure. First things first though, breakfast. I'll see you down there. I always find these lifts amazing. Look at that, that's... How cool is that? Oops. Okay, I've checked out, and first thing on the agenda, I want to have a look at an old railway station, or the remains of an old railway station. Now this isn't as dull as it sounds. This could be quite interesting. I'm going to have to catch one of the S-bahn trains, so I'll see you down at the station. Well, I'm at the remains of Anhalter Bahnhof, which was hit by Allied bombing in the Second World War. It was closed to traffic in the 1950s and effectively demolished in the 1960s, but they have fortunately kept the facade of this great old building as a reminder of the Second World War, and I'm really glad that they've kept a couple of these buildings around Berlin just so you can remember what it was like and the sheer damage that was caused during this conflict. I'm going to be heading now in that direction because I want to show you some German technology. Well, I'm inside the Technology Museum, and I timed that well because apparently today the city of Berlin has opened all museums free of charge. So I've saved myself €8. This is a former railway roundhouse, and believe it or not, it's full of trains. Old trains, big trains, small trains, trains. Look at the size of this brute. Top speed 88 miles an hour. I'm working my way up gradually to the top floor of the new building, where the aviation displays are. It's actually quite quiet. I know it's about 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday with free entry, and it's still not overly busy. I'm on the fourth floor of the museum, and I came out for some fresh air, and I found this. How cool is that? I know a Fokker when I see one. This is a Fokker Wolf Condor from 1937. I usually keep museums for rainy days, but I thought I'll come to the Technology Museum just in case, because it could be interesting, and I'm glad I did. Apart from the railways, I found this aviation section fascinating, really quite interesting, although there are parts which, you know, not my bag. Jewellery, chemicals and pharmacy, film technology and textile technology, not my bag, baby. But aviation was very interesting indeed. There's also a section up here on space exploration and the European Space Agency. That's also very interesting. Maybe I'm just a geek. Well, I can't believe I was actually there for nearly 2 hours. That's a great way to spend some time, especially if it's a rainy day. Right, I'm going to get a drink, and then I'm going to take you to a market. Now, this market is one I go to every time I'm in Berlin, and rarely do I buy anything. But I like to go there anyway, just to have a look at the old stuff. So let's find a Lidl or something, and I'll buy a drink first. How's that for a coincidence? Well, I did a quick recce of Lidl, and no, they don't sell horse meat. Although I did spot some British cheddar of all things. I was going to buy some water, but the lines are enormous. That's another thing they share with Britain. And I've decided just to wing it and keep an eye open for a shop. And I'm actually going to walk to the market instead of catching the train because you see more when you walk. So I'll be there in about 20 minutes. And in no time at all I find a local shop. Now it's time to find the market. That was Checkpoint Charlie. There was more than one checkpoint in Berlin. Not quite sure why Charlie gets all the attention. Well, that took more than 20 minutes, but I don't care. It's a nice day. Let's go exploring. Well, I managed to get myself a St. Christopher medal. It says 1846 on it, but I'm pretty sure it's not from that date. This is what it looks like. That's the art market, but I'm going to leave that for another time. I am going to see if I can get something to eat. I fancy a curry bratwurst.
My sister's boyfriend is wedding.
Well, I've been in Berlin less than 24 hours and I've already had my first curry bratwurst. I'm a weak man. I've also spotted my first Werder Bremen fans 4.5 hours before the game starts, and I can't wait. There's lots of great architecture in Berlin. One of my favourite buildings, and this might surprise you, is this one. Classic East German architecture. And it's not until you get up really close you realize it's a mosaic. No matter where I go, I always get people asking me for directions. Now I've been told it's because I look as if I know where I'm going. Fools. Yeah, so I've just had a German couple ask me for directions here in Berlin. The best one ever was about 2 years ago. I was in Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, and a Chinese man came up to me in the street and asked me for directions. I thought, that's absolutely brilliant. There is no escaping it. Anyway, I'm going to get some drinks and some munchies for my hotel room tonight. I'm then going to collect my bag from the Hampton by Hilton, go over to the Indigo, check in, and then freshen up and get ready for the big game tonight, Hertha Berlin. I just saw someone ahead of me and I thought, that can't be who I think it is. No, it's not. It's someone I work with. That would have been freaky, wouldn't it? I do end up in the most random of places. I'm in the middle of a housing estate in Berlin. I'm not a tourist to be seen, but I think I've spotted an Aldi. Well, despite the large selection of meats, they didn't have any horse meat there, but I did manage to get some drinks and some chocolate. So now I'm going to make my way to the Hotel Indigo, have a shower, get organised and get ready for the big match tonight. Hertha Berlin versus Werder Bremen. Can't wait. Hi everyone, I've got some explaining to do. I was just finishing the editing for day 2 of the Berlin video, and after editing it was still around about 29 minutes long, which is way too long to put onto YouTube. It can be done, but most people would get bored before you got to the end of it. So I've chopped it into 2 smaller manageable parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is primarily the trip out to the Olympic Stadium to watch Hertha Berlin, but please watch it because it's not all football. There's Germans jumping up and down and public transport, and it was total chaos, but it was great fun. So please watch it. I'm going to put a link here, and I'm going to put some links down here. So please watch part 2, just to give you an idea as well. If I had tried to upload one video of 29 minutes in length, because of the broadband connection I've got here, it would have taken around 15 hours, which just wasn't going to happen. So 2 parts, more manageable. See you on part 2.